It's time for another quick game of Keep or Mulligan. This is a tough one. We have 9 black sources. You keeping it? Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. Once again, thanks so much for being here and supporting the channel. The channel's grown a lot in the last week or two, and I really appreciate it. I'd love for you to be here. And if you are watching this video, have come across it for the first time and have not yet subscribed to the channel, would absolutely appreciate you going ahead and consider dropping a subscription on the channel. Remember, it's absolutely free. It costs you absolutely nothing. So it would go a long way in helping me out and as far as the content here on the channel that I produce for you, and would let me continue to do that for you. We've got Dominaria United with a pack one pick one of Defiler of Dreams. I think that's what I'm going to land on here. There are a lot of good blue cards in this pack. Timely Interference, Essence Scatter, Micromancer, Rona, not as much. But if you could pack one pick one of Defiler in this format, you're in a good spot. So we're going to go ahead and take Defiler. And I've been liking blue in this format. We could follow it up with a with a Talus Lookout here. Pretty easy pickup there. But there's a Knight of Dawn's Light, which is a card I like. It's a really good one. Sorry. Would not mind being in blue-white and playing a copy of this. Destroy Evil's fine as well. Garna is good, but doesn't go with Defiler, and it's not as good as Defiler. But we've got a 4 mana and a 5 mana flyer here, both of these being very good. Only blue card in this pack, so maybe we can hook cut that pack one, pick one by taking some good blue permanents here in following packs. Only blue permanent in this pack is Academy Wall, and I am not willing to take that yet here. But there is a blue card in Timely Interference, which I do really like. Dragon Whelp. Dragon Whelp is good, but blue-red is much more spells-based in this format. And this doesn't have to go in blue-red. It's fine in just blue decks. So I think I'm just going to land on the Timely Interference here in this pack. And now there's a Beachfront. There's also Writhing Necromass if we wanted to do like a blue-black self-mill kind of thing, which is tempting. Protect the Negotiators, Soaring Drake, and I don't think Tide Turner. So I think this one is between Beachfront, Negotiators, and Soaring Drake, and potentially Necromass here. I might try to spike high with Necromass. I haven't really done a whole lot of the blue-black mill stuff. There's a chance we wheel the Rona from pack one, pick one. And this card is really, all these cost reduction cards are very good in the decks that they go in. And blue-black self-mill with some Eerie Soul Tenders and things can be pretty good. So I'm going to try to branch out and take that here. And almost instantly rewarded with a Knight of Dusk's Shadow, but there is a Micromancer. Goes well with Defiler. We already have a 1-drop for it, so we've got to take this. I would not mind playing a Knight of Dusk's Shadow for sure. There's also another Timely Interference. And a Haunting Figment, I'd play that too. But Micromancer is the exact kind of card you want in decks like this. Okay, there's some things here. The Raven Man, I don't think is great. It completely destroyed me a few drafts ago, but that was a really specific deck. That was the deck I was playing Defenders in, and I was not able to pressure the opponent. If I was at all able to pressure the opponent, this would have not been great. I think Rager is just better. So I'm going to take the Rager. I'm not going to take Tidepool Turtle here. Let's go ahead and take the Phyrexian Rager in black. Now it's between Warhorse, Tide Turner, and Aquifer. And I think it's a pretty easy Aquifer here. Don't really care too much about Tide Turner. And Warhorse really only in black-white sack, which I don't think we're really looking to go down. So let's go ahead and take the Contaminated Aquifer. And now there's no blue or black cards. So we'll just take the Sentinel in the event that we find you know, a Blight Pile or 2. But I doubt we're playing this. And look at this. Blue-black is open, folks. Rona's like not great, but It's a creature. It's a blue creature for Defiler. I think it's what I'm going to land on here. We already have a couple of instants. Well, by that I mean one. But we're going to be incentivized to take more of those. So there was a pack with no blue and black, then all blue and black, then no blue and black. We'll take the bog here in case we need to splash anything. Don't care about any of these. We'll take the Battlefly Swarm. Maybe we play it, maybe we don't. Couple of domain payoffs there. So that's a really interesting first pack. I think blue-black is open. Question mark. So we'll be on the lookout for a couple of one drops. Rona's Vortex would be great. Bone Splinters could be fine with the Rager already. So Bog is a good pickup to help splash Timely Interference if we need to. And Eerie Soul Tenders I would love to find with Necromasses in this deck as well. So Urtai Resurrected is also exactly what we want. And there's a chance we could wield this Soul Tender. So this is a 4-mana 3/2 flash. You can counter a spell, have them draw, or destroy a creature, have them draw. Pretty good. It's exactly what we want in blue-black. So we'll take that here and try to wheel this Soul Tender. If that doesn't wheel, maybe we get a Shadow Prophecy. But we'll find that there. Now there's Talus Lookout. I would love to play a Shore Up in this deck, honestly. But another Talus Lookout is pretty good. Aquifer, would love to wheel that. Would love to wheel Shore Up. And would love to wheel a Shadow Prophecy here. But we'll take the blue creature in Talus Lookout. We do have to be on the lookout for some cheap cards. Right now our curve is a little higher than I'd like it to be. There's Sabotage, Impulse, and Peacekeeper. Peacekeeper's a good splash, but we don't really have the lands to splash it. Could take Impulse in the hopes that we find Essence Scatters, and that would make this card better. There's also a chance this just wheels. We don't have a white land yet, but maybe we can find one to splash this card. Maybe we wheel this Sunlit Marsh, but I doubt it. The lands aren't really wheeling here at this point in the format. We're in week 3-ish, week 4, and people know what's up when it comes to lands. We're not going to miss an Impulse, so I'm just going to try to spike high and get the Anointed Peacekeeper in this deck. See if we can find the lands to make that work. So currently have 9 creatures, 1 instant, which is fine. We're not... I mean, Rona cares about instants and sorceries. Maybe we don't even play it, but we'll have to see. Ooh, Wingmantle Chaplain. With currently 0 walls. Guess it's just another Talus Lookout here. Argument for Urborg. But I don't think we're really going to look to be spells, and if we could just start dropping these, we get all kinds of value out of that. I mean, I would definitely play an Urborg in this deck, don't get me wrong. Probably even play a wall. But right now the Urborg isn't really going to kick for much. 3-mana 3/3 Menace is basically what this reads as. Here's a Shore Up. There's also a Vivisector and an Aquifer. I think we might have to get this Swarm in there. And to a lesser extent, a Sea Scavenger. I think I'm going to take the Vivisector over Rivaz here. We don't have any dragons, do we? No. I mean, there's an argument to taking Shore Up, but just look at our curve right now. We really, really have to get some 2-drops in there, like pretty desperately. So I'm going to take the Vivisector for that reason. Now we have Soaring Drake, another Vivisector, and a Repossession here. I think I'm going to take the Soaring Drake because it's a blue permanent for Defiler. So we'll go ahead and take that. Now we have Haunted Mire, Academy Wall, another Soaring Drake, and a Battle Rage Blessing. This is not really looking like an Academy Wall deck, so I'll go ahead and take the second Soaring Drake here. Woo! Pick 8 Wingmantle Chaplain. Okay. Interesting, interesting. There is a land to splash the Peacekeeper here, and I think I'm going to land on that over a second Vivisector, Battlefly Swarm, and Negate. I just don't think we can do the whole Chaplain thing. Peacekeeper is really, really good, and I would not mind finding a way to splash it. So we got the Soul Tender back, we got the Wall back, and the Prophecy. Soul Tender will be pretty good for us here. Shore Up came back. Prophecy also came back, but I think I want my first copy of Shore Up. Impulse, sure. Academy Wall, maybe. Alright, so we got a deck here. I mean, it's kind of doing some things. We have Defiler and a Writhing Necromass with 16 creatures. We don't have a lot of interaction, but there's a decent little bit of synergy in this deck so far. And we still have a whole extra pack to fill in the gaps here. All right, got the Shore Up back too. So wouldn't even mind playing 2 Shore Ups in a deck with all these flyers and Talus Lookout, Defiler Dreams, things like that. So let's see, we open in pack 3 here. Shadowrite Priest. 2 mana. Cleric, skip +1/+1. We have 2. One is a splash here. I don't think it's really that great. So here it's between Talus Lookout, Vohar. Vohar, again, is much more on the instant and sorceries route, and I don't think that's the route we're going here. So I think I'm going to land on Writhing Necromass number 2. We have a ton of creatures, and ideally we'll be able to get another Soul Tender and maybe another way to mill ourselves. We could take this Necromass, and maybe we wheel one of these 2 cards here. Okay. So there's a Rager, an Eerie Soul Tender, and a Cult Conscript. The last Soul Tender wheeled. So is that an argument for taking Phyrexian Rager here? I'm not sure. This is so important to our game plan with double Necromass. I'm not sure I can take the Rager hoping to wheel this one. I might be a little risky, though, because the last one wheeled, and I think this one can, too. There's some good cards in this pack. I mean, people are going to take the Land, the Conscript, the Nael, the Artillery Blast. So I'm going to try to take the Rager. I'm going to try to wheel the Soul Tender here. Get a little bit risky with that. Okay, so unfortunately, Rith touches all the colors that we are not. So as much as I would like to play this card, I really don't think we can. Singular Connoisseur hasn't been super impressive. Tolarian Terror is not this deck. It's a great card, but it's not for this deck. So I think I'll take a Splatter Goblin here. Again, we got to make sure we fill out the 2s. And Splatter Goblin's a fine enough 2-drop here. Finding the third path helps us with milling ourselves, but there's also Urborg and Impulse. I think I'll take the Urborg. In this deck, it's more than likely just going to be -2/-2, but that's kind of like a 2-drop for us. So we'll take the first copy of Tribute here. And now we see nothing. I don't like Urtai Scorn, and I don't like Pixie Illusionist in this deck. I guess I'll take the Counterspell. Okay, now we have Extinguish versus Necromass number 3. I think we need a little bit more interaction here, so I'm going to take the first Extinguish the Light over the third Necromass, although I would play 3, I think. Gibbering Barricade. Don't really have great sacrifice fodder. Is Haunted Mire any better? Don't really have domain things either. I think I'll take the Barricade. We don't really need the Mire for anything. Well, now we do. Don't have a way to splash the kicker on this. So maybe we just take a second Battlefly Swarm. Wish I would have taken that Haunted Mire now. Okay, well, here's the Haunted Mire, but now we don't have... Now I wish I would have taken the Repossession. Shadowrite Priest, 2 mana 2/2, but... 2 clerics. I don't think Vohar is great in this deck, so I'm just going to take the Haunted Mire. Tide Turner is a trigger for Defiler. We're not playing any of the other stuff here, so maybe we play a Tide Turner if we need to get our blue permanent count up. Not playing any of this stuff. Maybe this is worth it in our deck. And unfortunately, we did not wheel that other Soul Tender, so it's a bit bad. I'm going to take... I don't know if I'll play this, but I don't think I'm going to play a second Impulse here. So definitely would have liked a couple of picks in that draft back. But I'm trying to go for a little bit more synergy than raw power, because I think synergy is the name of the game here in Dominaria. So I'm just going to cut the lands for now and build the deck from here. We have 29. Unfortunately, I think we kind of have to play all of these. Timely Interference is fine. We have a way to splash the kicker. This is a I don't know. This is an I don't know. I think we can play Peacekeeper, but we'll check. Academy Wall is an I don't know. Barricade. So this finds double shore up and interference right now, so that's pretty good. All of these are okay. Rona's not great, but currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 triggers for Defiler. This would be 10. We don't have the sacrifice fodder for Barricade, so I don't know if that's going to be getting in there. Maybe this is good enough as a mill 4 cast a spell. What spell are we casting? Extinguish or Tribute? Or Shore Up? Timely Interference is not a bad spell to cast. So we then need to cut 4 creatures out of this deck. Let's check on our lands one more time here. Do we have a need for the green land? Any need at all? No. No reason to play the Haunted Mire, unfortunately. So we have Bog to splash this kicker. We have Aquifer just as a blue-black land, and Beachfront to splash Peacekeeper. Maybe Peacekeeper isn't worth splashing here. Because we really need to find... We need to put 2 extra planes in this deck, and I don't think that's worth it. So 3 more cuts. Currently with 6 spells. No, sorry, 5 spells. So Rona's just like looking straight up bad, pretty much. Academy Wall's looking pretty bad too, but we're slowly decreasing our number of triggers for Defiler if we do this. Tide Turner's looking pretty bad, but again, we're decreasing our Defiler triggers. So what if we did this? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 triggers for Defiler. That's still okay, I guess. I think we have to play the Tribute. And this would be 23. 17 creatures for double Necromass here. So, yeah, I think it's okay. All right, we're back. Quick glitch there, but we're good to go with a 40-card deck with a good mana base. And yeah, I think we'll go ahead and run it back like this. A little bit of synergy in this deck. There's a decent number of raw power cards, but we'll see if we can kind of hold our own against some of the more synergistic decks in the format here. Alright, on the play with founding the third path on 2. Probably milling ourselves. Do we even want to do that, though? I mean, this, like, doesn't feel great. Okay, we hit 0 instants and sorceries there. Makes our necromasses better, but unfortunately that was just a basically 2 mana mill yourself for 4. Which is not good. Good thing they're not playing good cards either, so it's a battle of bad cards. I think we can do Soaring Drake holding up Shore Up, and the next turn Talus Lookout holding up Shore Up. No need to block. It's a pretty good one. That's also a pretty good one. Why don't we do that? Because the 3/2 doesn't block very well. They would be able to attack with the Rager, which I don't want them to do. I don't know what that does, but I'm sure it's a bomb. Flying Ward 2. Whenever it deals damage to a player, reveal the top X. Okay, so we'll just keep drawing the lands here. Okay. Okay, so they get to cast Fact or Fiction for 1, 2, 3, 4. So they get to look at the top 4, and then we have to separate those into piles, and they put one in their hand. Okay, well, I'm going to trade both of these off for it if they let us. Doesn't have first strike or anything, no. Okay, so they're probably going to go for a removal spell on one of these here, and we'll shore it up. Or they'll just let it die. That's fine too. Again, here are all the lands. You know that's how we do on this channel. As soon as we need to start building out our board, we just top deck like 6 lands in a row. If you're new here, welcome. Get used to it. That sucks a lot. This card is not very good in Limited, but it's gonna freaking destroy us here. So, yeah. Okay. GG's. Go ahead and play this. Milled our other Necromass, so that's great. Guess I'll trade this off because we can get value out of it from our graveyard. Let's see what their follow-up is here.
won't be outsmarting me.
Pretty good. Also pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think this thing's gonna cost 1, right? So we're gonna have this and this out, which means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 creatures in the yard, which means, yeah, this will cost 1 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, problem is they can just do that again, though. Get rid of Liliana. So, let's try this. I'm not seeing a great way out of this game here, unfortunately. Alright, so there are only 5 lands left in our deck, which is not bad. Alright, hopefully they don't have a blowout here. Okay. Trades off, I guess. Micromancer can find timely interference or another shore up. Guess I'll take Rager. We are going to have to find a way to kill them before we deck, so.
Drop it.
Oh. I'll get rid of our Rager here. God, this feels so bad. Because the stupid Liliana means we can't really get back Necromass here. We kind of have to get back... If we get back Rager and play it, they're just going to make us discard our card. So we get back Splatter Goblin. Boy, that feels bad. What does this do? This game is just lining up so bad for us right now. They're going to get back their Necromass, probably. Oh, no. They'll get back that. I forgot that was in the yard. How did they cast that before? What did they do? Oh, off of Salvaged Mana Worker, I guess? We saw that one coming, but that's why I got a Goblin, so I could at least kill a creature on their board. Alright, they had the island anyway. Saw that one coming as well. They'll make us discard it, but who cares? Can we go to 2 here?
I'm tired of receipts.
And Liliana doing work. I mean, we are the kings of... Doesn't really matter what they take here. We're the kings of playing against bad cards that wreck us. Got killed by the Raven Man. Killed by Liliana. I mean, these aren't good cards. Monstrous War Leech. That's another thing. They could just kick this next turn and kill us. And that certainly won't do it. So... Alright, let's hope we don't go up against the Sphinx in a double mythic deck with milling ourselves and drawing all the lands. Okay, we're first. Good news is we can cast the Tribute off of Chapter 1. So if they play a removal spell, or if they play a creature, we can kill it. Technically. I have no reason to want to play this turn, so I'm just going to do this. Okay, as I mentioned last time, we get killed by bad cards, but at least we get to kill this one. Down goes Raven Man, and they're kind of priced into not being able to play X2s. Well, you have a tribute coming. Of course, there goes our other Necromass, one of our only payoffs for milling ourselves. We can get Shore Up, or we can get Timely Interference here, or play a Talus Lookout. I'm going to go ahead and get my 2-for-1 while they're tapped out here. I think I'll take the Shore Up. I know they know about it, but we still can protect ourselves from it. No need to block when they attack here, because we can just kill it next turn. Okay. See if they protect it in any way. Okay, not too bad. Do this. We'll try to get in for 2 here. Play a Battlefly Swarm and pass the turn. They did nothing. And did nothing again. Okay. Still nothing. Now we can do this and hold up Shore Up. They got priority when we cast the spell. And not at any other point. What could they have? Mana Tithe? No, I don't know. It's not in this format. Now they're getting priority here. Gosh, hopefully it's no board sweeper. They could have the -3/-3 board sweeper, and they're just sandbagging it here. But we can do this. We can hold up this activation and Shore Up. And if they board sweep, we can shore this up to save it and kill them. So that doesn't even get them out of it here. They've just basically done nothing this game. Okay, there's a blue. think this protection is going to help us. So let's see if they go for some sort of removal spell here. Yeah, there is the board sweeper. And unfortunately now we can't save this. This is what I thought they had. As I put them on it. So they have domain of 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 plus the number of basic lands you control. So they're going to do it for 5. Yeah, 1. Of course they top deck the island to be able to hit the Necromass there, so good for them. So we have to do this. Okay. Put them to 1 here and just play out our hand and hope they don't have another one. If they didn't top deck that island, we would have won because we could have saved the Micromancer, but looks like it ended up being alright in the end. Not a bad looking hand here. We have some good draws to get us further into this game, and a couple of 2-drops here. Eerie Soul Tender is pretty good with the Necromass in hand. Which would I rather get countered? I guess I would rather this get countered. So, okay, now they are getting priority, so let's see if they bounce this. Just cycling that, trying to find their lands, it looks like. Found another blue. Academy Wall, okay. Called our bluff. Darn. Okay, play Soul Tender. And hit. Good thing we hit this. This hasn't been great for us. Soaring Drake, fine. Makes Necromass a little cheaper. They did find their mountain, so good for them. You hate to see that. So we'll get in here. We contribute to kill the Academy Wall, but that doesn't seem great. So I'm just going to let that bounce. And then I think I'll go ahead and play a Lookout. Amplifier bouncing our Lookout. Pretty good tempo from them. They are classic blue-red spells here. Tribute on top of the amplifiers, not bad. But I'd like to get Talus Lookout back down. So let's do this. Tricked him. This will not resolve, so they don't get to draw the card off of that. Discarding a Tolarian Geyser, or Tolarian Terror. Interesting. Okay. I think I'll do this. They're getting no priority here. So I can kill this while their shields are down, probably. Because I'm going to want to do that. Yeah, so if we kick this -3/-3 here, so hopefully no negate. Okay, that's good. It does die. Back to the hand. Good news is we have really good blockers on this. Not so much on that. I mean, not too bad. We have 6 mana here. All right, I'm gonna go for gold and try to hit a land. Never didn't have it. Can't attack, so go ahead. Yeah. Discarding an amplifier top there, so their card is better than a G2 amplifier. Probably a lightning strike or something. They're looking at either what they want to kill or how blocks are going to line up here. Okay, well that's fine. Yep, saw that one coming. Don't need that land. Sure, I'll trade. Can't quite play both of these. So I'm gonna play this one in the event that we trade that one off. Like we block this with this and this, make this cheaper, get an extra card, double spell next turn. But they're probably not going to attack here. Oh, well, they did. Okay, so they have a removal spell. Highly likely. Yeah, they're getting priority, so they have an instant, so that if we double block, they would definitely kill us. Or kill it. Again, can't quite do that. So counter target spell. Okay, so we can just hold up Urtai Resurrected here and trade. Go to combat. They're still getting priority, so it is an instant. We can attack here. Now we're going to double block the Terror and then counter whatever kind of removal spell they're going to cast here. Alright, I'll let... I don't want them to draw first because they might draw into like a counterspell or something. So I'll play this. I will... Well, I could just kill the Terror. That seems better, doesn't it? Oh. Alright, they'll let us have it. Okay. Thank you, Urtai Resurrected. Yeah, I didn't even really think of killing the Terror, but that would have been the choice I would have chosen there. Forgot that was an option. Great card. Woof. Okay, so this hand obviously needs a black, but if we get a black, it's a very good hand. Everybody cross your fingers for me, please. I don't want to have a non-game. We just need it by like turn 4, really. We have like 9 black sources in the deck, so theoretically we should find one at some point. We're like probably over 70% to find it by turn 4, so. We'll just keep drawing black cards though. Look, I know games like this, they feel so bad when you're done with them because it's like Great, just threw away that game, just lost that one for sure. But first of all, mulliganing is so bad, and second of all, like, there's usually a pretty good chance that you're gonna find that land that you need. Like, again, we're like over 70% to have found it by now, and we just didn't. So, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. Happens to the best of us, right? And then they play a Defiler, and we're missing lands, so. I couldn't quite have predicted that the first 4 spells off the, or first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards off the top wouldn't be a swamp, but here we are. Yeah, we'll just lose this one here. So, just so I'm not crazy, let me know in the comments here if you would have kept that hand, okay? I would venture to bet that the majority of you would say that you would keep that hand. Now, obviously, based on how this game went, I think we can all agree that I should have mulliganed. But again, hindsight's 20/20, so you're gonna 9, yeah. So obviously you're gonna feel inclined to say that you should have mulliganed that, but I mean, I think it's pretty clear that we probably should have. I think it's a clear keep. I think it's a clear keep in my mind. Maybe you don't agree, but sometimes you have non-gains in Magic. So, all right. So we've got our colors here, so we can keep this one. Founding the third path is just not a great card, to be honest. Yeah, may as well just tribute that, I guess, right? Uh-oh. Are we back? Okay. Okay, we're going real slow here. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, again, we keep milling our payoff. But maybe if this game goes long enough, we can find Soul Tender, get it back. Still only one blue, which is really unfortunate with this hand. Would like to find another blue. That's a good one. Instead, we'll find another double blue. Something interesting we can do is untap the Battlefly Swarm, give it Death Touch, and block the Frost Fist Strider. It's like not... I mean, we're 2 for wanting ourselves to get rid of that card. But like, what else are we going to do? Just mill 4 cards? Yeah, I mean, this has the possibility of going pretty wrong here, but okay, so we did have to 2-for-1 ourselves to do that, but we got rid of the biggest threat on the board currently. And we'll keep missing blue. So I won't be blocking this. Okay. I think I'll take the damage to see if they play something better post-combat. Nope, they just have another land in hand, so I think I'll just kill this. There's the other blue. Fortunately, we cannot back it up with shore up this turn, so we have to go shields down for a moment. But if this survives, and they have to top deck something to kill it, remember, because they have a land in hand. So they have to top deck something right here in order to kill the Defiler of Dreams. And that won't do it, so at least it survives. Which means we can go... One, two, three. Paying Phyrexian here. Holding up shore up. Alright, good. Good. Now we can do this. Draw another card. We don't need to pay the Phyrexian this time. We can cast Timely Interference for free. Yeah, sure. Cast this one. Target that. Draw that card. Go here. Go here. Send him to 6. And finally got a Defiler of Dreams win. I've had this card in a couple drafts so far, and I haven't really... ever drawn it, so we finally got to draw it and helped us get all the way there for the victory. So we got ourselves a rare win. Thank you very much. Alright, well, this is a pretty good hand here. We'll go ahead and keep this. We have Rager on 3. I doubt I want to do Founding the Third Path on 2, considering it's another trigger for Defiler here, so... And that's a pretty good draw. Okay. Go to combat. I'm glitching a little bit here. Alright, is it worth holding Talus Lookout in hand to trigger Defiler? I think my answer to that is no. I think I'm going to go ahead and play it. Because my guess is Defiler may not last long on the board here. So when it comes to Defiler rankings, for those interested, The green Defiler is by far and away the best Defiler, followed by blue. Then red, white, and black are all, like, not great and situationally good. I think the black one might be the worst one. Red one also might be the worst one. I think white is third, so. Okay, well, we can't cast this into open mana, I don't think. See what they do here. They have some sort of trick. That's fine. Now we can cast it. So we trade Vivisector for Colossal Growth. Yeah, I'm cool with that. Don't need this land that I'm sure was on top. Followed by Defiler. Alright, we got a Fade 1 removal spell here. Looks like they only really have a way to bounce it in these colors. Okay, that's fading a removal spell. Let's do... Let's do this and pay the Phyrexian in case we mill or draw cards here. Start here. We'll mill 4. Brought this all the way down to 4. Did mill Extinguish the Light, which we can cast next turn. So we'll go ahead and do this. This has reach, unfortunately, so we could trade it off, but I don't think we need to, considering we have Extinguish the Light coming next turn, so no attacks. This thing has Secret Reach. I think this is the Secret Reach of the format. So. Yeah, when our deck does its thing, it kind of hums, doesn't it? I mean, we have synergy in this deck, and it's working. Just doesn't always get there. Are they going to bounce Defiler here? No, they're going to go ahead and fight it. Down goes Defiler, but I think we got enough value out of that already. Can also get it back here at some point. Okay. Okay, not bad. Seems good. Go ahead and do this. Go ahead and do this and this, followed by hitting them for 3. They don't have full domain yet, but I'm sure there are plenty cards they can have that would be good here. Bouncing it to our hand again. Okay. We'll keep drawing the lands, because why not? I guess we'll trade this for Terror here. Now we can keep up Eerie Soul Tender. That's a reacher. Is it better to just get back Necromass? It very well might be, to be honest. I mean, right, we don't have any more triggers for this right now. There's a chance we draw one, but I think I'm actually going to get back Necromass. We could kill the sentry with the Urtai, but I think we can play this slow in case they have some crazy bomb spell that they play next turn, like that 7 mana make 5 3/3s or something. They don't have good blocks on this. I see. Yeah, I'd like to keep that around. So let's let you make your decision on your draw and discard first. Okay. We'll go ahead and flash this in. Counter that spell. And we'll drop the other one. And hopefully that's enough. Let's see what they got. The make 5 3/3s would probably be the worst thing here. Yuck. Okay, so they're going to wipe the board next turn. So we're just going to have to swing out, basically. We currently have lethal if they have nothing else, but they played a land already, so this is something. It is a relevant card that they can cast. And of course, this is not a relevant card that we don't care about. But the board's going to get wiped next turn, so I'm going in. Have timely interference or something? Okay. Yeah. Alright, go to 3. And board wipe and top deck war, I guess. So let's hope we find creatures. Alright, we found a couple creatures. And it worked out. Sweet. Alright, pretty good hand here. This card has just like not been good in our deck at all. I'm wondering if if we should consider cutting it, to be honest. It's basically just acting as a Defiler trigger and a way to mill our only payoffs into the yard. That's basically all it's done so far. Okay. Go ahead and blank their Mesa Cavalier here. They will kill it. Land. No, I need a land. All right. Oh, we got it. Let's go here. Let's attack. Let's play this. I don't think I want to trade with Cavalier, so I won't. Goblin Picker is okay. That's less okay. Let's see how they want. Oh, well, they can eat both of them here, unfortunately. Well, no, they can block. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how they want to do this. They want to trade with Lookout. I think I'm okay with that. And then they try to eat the Vivisector. So we can do this and then still play Battlefly Swarm here. Put one into your hand. Scry to the top. Play a Battlefly Swarm. Go to combat, I guess. So founding the third path, we have an Extinguish the Light here, but they're going to see it coming, so they just won't play a creature. So let's do this. So close. I don't think we can do founding the third path right now. We could play it just to be mana efficient, start it on chapter 1, that way it's 2 turns delayed, so they feel like they can't play a creature for 2 turns, which is pretty good. Let's do this and start it on chapter 1. I know we get no value out of it, but that's totally fine, because they're going to feel priced into not playing a creature for 2 turns here. Yeah, like, see, we can just kill that next turn. Okay. So we have 6, so we can do Rager plus Necromass here. Get in for 1. Griffin Protector, okay. So we can't quite cast this and the Talus Lookout. And we can't kick that one, so I'm still just going to choose that though. Go here and here, fine trading this off. Do bad things happen if we just swing out? I mean, we have 2 backup creatures here. I mean, if they kill the Necromancer and then, like, eat the Rager or something, they still take 5, and then we have 2 creatures on the backside. So, I mean, this seems fine. Okay. This is a spot where I'm actually gonna choose to not play these creatures because I don't know what they could have as far as board sweepers go. But that won't do it. And there's no need to play these into a sweeper and then just get wrecked. Yeah, so that's the last ditch effort here. Should be a win for us. There we go. Alright, I'm liking this hand. 2-drop, 3-drop into an option of 4 drops. Now 2-drop into even better 3-drop into an option of 4 drops. Shadow Prophecy. That's usually a card you want to cast later in the game, but they do have a domain of 3, so that's not bad. Gonna go ahead and cast this to try to find my 4th land. Yeah, fine trading this off if they want to. I doubt they do. Probably could have attacked with that. I doubt they're trading that off either, so... I think they need this mana for something here. And I hope it's next turn and not this one so we can counter it. It was this one. It was this one. Yeah, busted. Pretty darn busted. And it has ward too, so... So this can get shore up or timely interference. If they attack, I can't block because if they then kill something, they get a dragon. Honestly, they probably still have a way to get the dragon. See if it's like Heirloom Battle Hymn, Bone Splinters, okay. Can't block that. Two mana 4/3 trample, must be nice. At some point we can Urtai Resurrect it on top of that if we draw another land here. This can also threaten a trade. So can this, but not while we're tapped out. Okay, so I don't think we can really block these creatures, unfortunately. We have to take 9. God, this stupid Writh. Oh, well, we could have blocked Writh, it looks like. And we did not draw the extra land to kill it. So what are we going to do? We're going to play Vivisector, we're going to play Shore Up, And we're going to play Battlefly Swarm here. Okay. Yep. They have the full domain? No, they have 4. Okay. Alright, so this doesn't have trample. These two could trade. Sorry, I'm trying to think through this here. Guess we can do that. They don't have any interaction here, so, I mean... Or do they? Interesting. Alright, alright. We're at 4 life. We have 5 triggers here. 4 life. We have 5 triggers, so I think we can find something better here. Hopefully. That seems okay. Yeah, that's why they did that. Yeah, they were just so keen to be able to get rid of the Writh because they knew they were getting it back. We can counter it, though. But that means we can't play a creature and then we die? So we can use this next turn to kill it. These both have Death Touch, right? Yeah, of course they do. And we have to block them both. You get timely interference with this? Get another shore up. This one's a tough game here. Fortunately, the shore up isn't going to do anything because we have to block these two this turn no matter what, or we lose. So we'll get the timely interference. So we block here and block here. Go to 2. Could also just cycle this right now to prevent an extra damage. It's probably worth it. Not the greatest of draws at 3 life. Here comes Rith, more than likely. Oh, and they get the dragon too. Forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. I even made a short last week about telling you that this can get the dragon. What dealt excess damage? This was a 2/2 dealing to a 3/2. This was a 2/3 dealing to a 3/3. If a creature an opponent control was dealt excess damage. What was dealt excess damage? They had a 2/2. Oh, the stupid Death Touch assigned 1 damage to the Talus Lookout and then 1 damage in excess. Death Touch still killed it. They triggered and got a dragon. Alright, so do we have a way out of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 3 more? No, we don't. Okay. Alright, well, GG's, I suppose. Yeah, they were playing like that the whole game. They knew that they had that, and they played it well, so they did what they did. But, yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. 5-3 for this deck. I think it's pretty good. The deck wasn't, like, particularly outstanding. We had a couple of good wins. We had a straight-up mulligan loss. We just started a game and then effectively conceded. So we were kind of at, like, 5-1 there at the end, so... Deck was pretty good, lost to a mythic rare. You know, you're going to do that sometimes, but thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video, and I will see you next time for your daily draft.